Hi, my name is Nancy Cosby, and I'm going to share with you today how to share your testimony. And in this video, I have actually included an acronym that's HOPE, H-O-P-E. And I remember when I was first asked to share my testimony in front of people, I was panicking. My knees were shaky, my mouth was dry, I didn't know how I was going to make it through it. And I did, but fast forward to speech in college about 2 years later, I literally felt sick every time I was walking to my speech class down the hall. I would just turn the corner and I would feel nauseous and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to stand in front of all these people. Fast forward another 5 years, here I am today. I'm a public speaker. I get to go and share my personal testimony all over Oklahoma and Texas, and it's just been such a blessing to me. I never thought I'd say that, but here I am. So what I'm going to share with you today is how to share your personal testimony. And I was asked to speak at a sorority one time, and I was really praying before I went, God, what do you want them to hear from my story? What is it that they need to hear? And I felt like God told me hope. And I was like, hope? We all need hope. I know hope, Lord, but what about hope? And instantly God provided an acronym for hope for me. That meant healing, opportunity, purpose, and excitement. If I would have sat there all day trying to think of an acronym for hope, I would have never figured anything out. I would have been like happy, optimistic. But in that acronym that God provided for me really was my testimony in 4 words: healing, opportunity, purpose, and excitement. And so I started thinking about it. Really, if people are wanting to share their testimony, that's really the only 4 things they need to think about. Healing, what has God done in your life that has healed you or has made you a different person? Or what event has happened in your life that's changed the way you view life in the world? And what has made you want to share with others the news that you've received? And that's where opportunity comes in. Through the healing that God has done in your life or through the event that's taken place, you have the opportunity to connect with other people, to share your story, and have an influence on their life. And when you have that influence on people's lives, it really becomes your purpose, your God-given purpose. And I feel like God has used my story, my testimony, to reach others. And I feel like that's what He brought me on this world to do. And when you find your God-given purpose, there's an excitement like no other. And so that's what the E stands for, excitement. So that's my HOPE acronym and how I really feel like you can write your personal testimony based on those 4 things. Now, I do have to say, you don't have to have experienced anything traumatic in your life. I did. I overcame drug addiction. When I was 18, I was drinking and driving, and the man I hit was pronounced dead at the scene. And so I had some life-changing experiences in my life that will forever be different to me and make my life shine in a different way. And there's a lot of times I have survivor's guilt, but through the hope of Jesus Christ, through sharing my testimony, I'm able to make peace in my own heart and be able to really share that with other people. And so I do have traumatic events in my life, but that doesn't mean you have to. There are plenty of people who share their story of just their love of Jesus Christ or their love of life. In fact, I'll take you back to that church when I gave my first testimony. That very next Sunday, another man gave his. He was probably a little older than me, and I think I was around 19, 20 at this time. And he shared his testimony, and he was just thankful that he had remained faithful to Christ his whole entire life. He didn't really have anything big to add or anything like that, but it was huge to me because it was so different from what my life was like. And that's really what makes the difference when you share your testimony, is how certain people can connect with you. And so that's what I want to share with you today. You don't have to do it my way. It's just a suggestion. I have provided some resources that you can look into. One being a video on really how to compose yourself, things to do that make you stand out and communicate more effectively. I've also included an example of a testimony. So I'm looking forward to the questions that you may have, and I just encourage you to find your voice and share it with the world because you never know whose life you may touch. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the videos.